Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Piston. Wait. Uh, welcome back to another. Welcome back to our first World Grand Prix Racer review, because Cars 2 won the poll vote for what I should review next. So today we are going to be reviewing Cars 2 Lightning McQueen, or Lightning McQueen with racing wheels, which is what he's packaged as. I don't like to call him that. I usually just call him Cars 2 Lightning McQueen or World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen. But you can pretty much call him whatever you want. Lightning McQueen with racing wheels, Lightning McQueen, Cars 2, whatever you want. But yeah, so basically almost pretty much every single day I'll be uploading a Cars 2 diecast review, starting with the World Grand Prix, and then going into just background characters or just characters that show up in the movie. But yeah. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this review. So, first off, it's obviously Lightning McQueen, we already know. Number 95, of course. On the side, still has the Lightyear tires. Kind of like gray, but with like red trim. Obviously got the lightning bolt with the flames on the back, which I really like. World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen is probably my favorite Lightning McQueen. I really like him, especially spoiler on the back here. Of course, Grand Prix, powered by All in All, number 95, sorry. And then he says Hudson Hornet Piston Cup, like flames, on the hood here, because he obviously doesn't sponsor Rusties, because this isn't the Piston Cup. On the hood, just says 95, obviously the base is just red. And then for the spoiler, it just says World Grand Prix. Can't really see that because it's upside down. Of course, his eyes are blue. Got like a big smile. This is his 2021 Thailand version. I do believe he was released. This year though, or this year or last year, in the Red Riding packaging though, which I never ended up getting. But I mean, I don't need it because this diecast actually doesn't this Lightning McQueen doesn't have like a single chip on it, which is kind of crazy. Maybe like right there on the hood or something, but besides that, he's pretty much in perfect condition. And then comparing him to Cars 1 Lightning McQueen, which I believe was also released last year or this year. Definitely seems like he got a bit smaller. Of course, still blue eyes, no that stuff. But we're not here to review Piston Cup racers. We're here to review World Grand Prix racers, which I guess both, because Lightning McQueen is also obviously a World Grand Prix racer and a Piston Cup racer, just not in the Cars 2 movie. Now, before we end here, there's a few more things I'd like to say. First off, Cars 2 was deemed the worst Cars movie in the franchise out of the three, which for good reasons, because everyone was expecting, Chick Hicks and Lightning McQueen, but then we kind of, got the World Grand Prix, and then everyone expecting, an all-around-the-world race, and then we got basically just a spy movie, but with cars, which no one really liked. I didn't like that much. The only parts I liked of the movie was the racing parts, which, that's obviously the best part, but, I mean, who doesn't like the racing parts of the movie, in any movie? But, I mean, it also feels like Lightning McQueen isn't the real main character. I feel like Mater here was the real main character because, I mean, Mater is the one involved with the spy things. McQueen didn't even know about this whole spy thing with Mater until, the very end of the movie. He was just racing around, I feel like Mater has more screen time than McQueen. And then, obviously, in Cars 3, Pixar learned their mistake of Cars 2 and went back to the Piston Cup with racing, which is good because everyone liked Cars 3. Some people didn't. I liked it, but I didn't like the ending. I thought maybe the ending where McQueen won with the Hudson Hornet paint job. I think that would have been awesome. I don't like the ending of Cars 3. And obviously Cars 1 is the best Cars, the original. Who doesn't? And then we, of course, have Cars on the Road and all of the Mater's Tall Tales or whatever. Which, I mean, Cars on the Road was cool, and the Mater's Tall Tales are just funny. Because it's Mater. What isn't funny about Mater? And then getting out of the movies, when I finish reviewing all my Cars 2 diecast, we will move on to, I'll put another poll up, which will be against Cars on the Road or Cars 3 Veterans. If Cars on the Road wins, then we do Cars on the Road, and then after Cars on the Road, we go to Cars 3 Veterans. But if Cars 3 Veterans wins the votes, after Cars 3 Veterans, we will go on to Cars 3 Next Gens, and then after them, we'll go on to Cars on the Road last. Which I feel like would make sense, but I have got some pretty cool Cars on the Road diecasts I've been wanting to review. But with all the review done, with all that said, Lightning McQueen is probably my favorite, or Cars 3 I can't speak. Cars 2 Lightning McQueen, World Grand Prix Lightning McQueen is probably my favorite McQueen out of the main three. Cars 1, World Grand Prix McQueen, and Cars 3 McQueen. Probably my favorite. Or at least up there with Cupcake Lightning McQueen. But yeah, one last comparison of him was Cars 1 version. It looks pretty much the same. Obviously, except for, paint job and stuff. And this one seems a bit chunkier. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the review here. I hope you enjoyed. You probably didn't, but I'll see everybody in the next review.